Hi guys, my name's Adelaide and welcome to Adelaide Stitches. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about cross stitch. Today it is Friday the 20th of June. It is about 10 in the morning here. We're in Australia, so rugged up, we're in winter. And I am here for my weekly stitching update, which is exciting. Really excited to show you what I've been doing. And as well as that, I'm also going to go through my 12 days of Christmas stitching I'm going to do in July. So if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I did 25 days, daily videos each day of Christmas stitching in December, and my aim was to stitch the Christmas calendar by Tiny Modernist. I didn't quite get there, so my thought was let's do 12 daily videos from the 1st of July to the 12th of July and get it done so I can have it to put on my wall, my Christmas wall, as you can see behind me, this year. So I will go into that later. I'm going to get to my weekly stitching first, and I apologize if I talk a bit fast or try and get through things quickly, but I have two kids home sick today, and yes, they're up resting at the moment in their bedrooms. But yeah, I thought, okay, they're resting, quickly come out and do a video while I can. So fingers crossed, we'll see how we go. All right, so what have I been doing this week? Well, I have an FFO, a fully finished object. I mean, my second one in 2 weeks. That's pretty exciting. And ta-da! How cool is that? This was my retreat piece from my 2023 Stitching in the Mountains retreat. Oh, actually, you can tell that because it says Stitching in the Mountains, and it was at Blackheath. And oh, I'll have to unfold this bit. There we go, 2023. And I am going, it's a week today, so I am going to the 2025 one next week. How exciting. And I wanted my retreat piece finished. So ta-da, it is fully finished. I have made it into a stitching companion. So I'm going to try and show you without my bits and bobs falling out. So this is the piece that I finished, and it was on 36 count moon jelly linen, dyed by Paddock Lane Designs. The designer was Joanna from Mojo Stitches, and the threads, it was all stitched in Cottage garden threads, and it was 1 strand over 2, which that was my first time doing this then. It's a nice introduction. And I followed the instructions in the pattern. I'm pretty sure it's available on the Mojo Stitches Etsy shop. And ta-da! How cute is that? So I have my little stitching companion with my pockets. I decided to go with Japanese fabric I had in my stash. I just thought it was beautiful. It matched the greeny tones of the stitching. It wasn't too bright because yeah, as you know, I like bright, so I do have a lot of bright stuff, but I felt this was muted enough to match but still make me smile every time I open it. The only thing I did different from the pattern is that I actually put a line of stitching in there and made an extra pocket. So this is my needles pocket. It's got the felt that came with the kit up the top. It has a needle minder there if I'm in the midst of stitching to put a needle on. And I can easily, sorry, it's a bit hard to show, but there we go. I can easily put my needles in there. So pleased with that. And then I've got this open for other things. The pattern also came with, which I thought was really cute, this. So look, it's a little, it was bias binding, and we just sewed it on in the instructions told me to, so I did. And then in the kit we got this beautiful little I guess a bit like memorabilia from the retreat. So wooden with stamps and this lovely little tree of life charm. Sorry, how's that? Isn't it pretty? And a little ring to put our scissors on so they can't get lost. So isn't that cute? So I thought that was cute. You can leave it out like that, or I tuck it in because otherwise I find it does fall out. If I was to do this again, I would, sorry, put a closure on it. But the pattern didn't have it. I didn't think of it to the end. So I guess I could put like a little button and do like a little loop, and maybe I will end up doing that. I tried a ribbon, but I did get sick of untying it when I went to use it. So I thought at the moment, we'll see how it goes. It is done. I can take it to the retreat, I can use it at the retreat, so that's pretty exciting. And I think the design looks really pretty like this. It does look like a letter, so excited about that. My FFO. Now, as well as that, if that wasn't exciting for me enough, I had a finish. So I told you last week that I was going to work really, really hard on this one, Row of Dogs by Bothy Threads. And this is not just a normal finish. This is 14 years old, my oldest whip, and it is finally finished. So very excited about that. And I really should get to showing you. So it was a Bothy Threads kit, and I stitched it on the kit fabric, and here it is. Look at that. And I'm sure as you'll notice, I left off the names. I was undecided about them as I went, and then as I got to the end, I definitely had enough of stitching it, but it wasn't just that. The Golden Lab's name was Honey, and my first dog was called Honey. Oh, she was so beautiful, and she was a Saint Bernard, which I don't know if you remember the Beethoven movies. Yeah, she was one of them, and it just felt weird like putting her name on another dog that wasn't hers. In the end, I've left them off and I'm happy with it. I think it looks fantastic the way it is. The dogs all have such character, aren't they cuties? And I love how they've got their food and their toys, and I think in my head, I'm not sure, white or red. I might have to paint a frame, but just framed like that, it could look so good. So that's what I'm thinking. Isn't it awesome? I'd have to find a very long frame though. We'll think about that. Maybe I will end up having to go with a quilt. We'll see how we go. But this was on the 16 count aida that came in the kit using the threads. I believe Bothy Threads used Madeira, which they were fine to stitch from. And it had a lot of back stitch in it. And I am very, very, very glad that back stitch is done. So last time you saw it, I just started this puppy. So I did all that this week, and I'd estimated it in my whip down parade as about 1,000 stitches. It wasn't. I had to roughly count for one of my cross stitch challenges, and it was 1,500 stitches. So 1,500 stitches to a finish, and it is done. And I was pretty excited because that brought me down to 41 whips, which, considering I did my whip parade 2 weeks ago with 46, was pretty good. And then a few things came together and I had a new start. So the excitement and I guess hard work of finishing this whip and the elation, wow, 14 years. Started 2011, finally done 2025. My 15th finish for the year. And I also had 4 finishes last week. So I told myself every 2 finishes, you can have a new start. So technically I had 2.5 new starts to play with. And I also was watching Crafty Emily. Now, if you haven't watched her latest Flosstube, go over and watch it. I will link her channel below. I will link the video below. It is just, well, she is so inspirational, but it is a fantastic YouTube. She has the most beautiful projects. She has the most wonderful attitude. She's just such an incredible role model. And she influenced me big time. Big time, big time, big time. Because I didn't just start a whip, I started a long dog. My first long dog, and I'll put a picture up here of Gone to Pieces. And actually, in terms of when I will stitch on it, I thought it could be good with the title Gone to Pieces for those days when you know how you've got it planned in your head that it's going to go one way, and then at the end of the day you're like, what happened? That day just went, didn't it? Well, this might be the project that I get out and stitch then. And you know what? It will be a real positive because I will have a beautiful, beautiful long dog sampler to stitch on when I have days like that. So I started this yesterday. I should show you what I am doing. And here we are. Look at that. So this, everything has a story here. So sorry, you're going to have to settle in. Okay, let's begin. This is Gone to Pieces. by Long Dog. It is one of their smaller samplers, I'd say. It actually is one Crafty Emily is doing, although it's not the new one, Saga, that she started in her last Flosstube, which is amazing, but I thought let's start a little bit smaller. It has a mere 37,097 stitches. Yeah, that's right. A mere. It's a tiny whip, actually. I did wonder, should it count for like 2 new starts because it's so big? But anyway, so I knew that was the one I wanted to do, and I thought, what should I do about fabric? So I was looking through my stash and I found this. As you can see, it is quite large and it is purple, and it's from Paddock Lane Designs, and I'm pretty sure it's called Parfait. I think it's Purple Parfait. I will put it below. You can get it off Lisa's website. It is a beautiful, beautiful fabric. The only thing was I got it in a mist-dye sale. And I didn't realize when I bought it like how many spots it had on it, if that makes sense, and they were everywhere, so I never kind of knew what to do with it. It was an 18 count, so I had a lot of it, but as you can see, I even at one stage did a small and just kind of tried to cut around the spots for it to work. So when I was looking at Long Dogs and saw Gone to Pieces, I put a picture up again. I thought, oh, this could really work because of the mist dyes. This piece has such full coverage parts in the jigsaw puzzle pieces that, yeah, I thought, oh, why don't I try it? So I don't know if you can see there. Here, let's put that on my board, but this was the worst mist dye. It was really, really, really bad. And I have almost covered it with the stitching and I don't think you can see. So that was kind of my first excitement with this piece. Well, not just starting it, but it's like, oh wow, I had this piece of fabric that I got that, look at the modeling. It is so stunning and beautiful. But I had always thought, well, how am I going to use it? It's got hot pink like splotches all over it. What am I going to do? And yeah, I can use it for this piece. And because it's 18 count, it takes up half the fabric. So it should, if I've calculated right, finish, see on that spot there, it should finish on that. So I should be able to have all the spots in this area covered. It will go kind of from here down to the bottom, across to here. And I'll just notice the beautiful fabric. So that was kind of the first thing, the first bit of excitement about that. My second bit was the thread that I'm using. So I am using 1 strand of DMC 333 for the main color. And isn't that beautiful, that purple? Just stunning. Well, here we go. I sent my husband, because he is very lucky and works 1 street away from a hobby sew. I mean, it was meant to be his work, wasn't it? And hobby sews sell DMC threads. So I messaged him and said, please go and get 7 threads of this dye lot, 333. So I have enough. And then I was thinking, well, what should I do for the jigsaw pieces? And as you can see, one of them I have started already. So what did I use to get that beautiful, beautiful variegation? Well, I have heard people stitching with sulky, and I knew kind of in my head I had a spool of sulky because I used to work in quilting shops and I have accumulated an awful lot of craft stash. So I was looking and I found it, and it is sulky, it is 100% cotton. Does it say what weight it is? 12 weight. And a lot of people use this as 1 strand instead of 2 strands of DMC, 1 strand of this. And it has 300 meters on the spool. So that is going to go quite a way. So when I was looking for this, and which I found, which was good, I found these, which I had over from when I used to machine quilt. And aren't they beautiful? And I looked at them and I went, oh, can you use them for cross stitch? They're 100% cotton, so they're 40 weight, and I've got 2 different brands. So some are Signature brand, and what's that, made in the US, and others are King Tut quilting threads, and all of them are 40 weight cotton. So I thought, well, I'm using 18 count. What would one strand look like? So I thought this is the pinkiest one. Let's put it over the big pink spot and see how it looks. And that's what I use, just one strand of this. It just has the most beautiful variegation. Sure, you can see I have used some of this for machine quilting, but considering it's got 457 meters on it, I'd say I definitely have a lot left and plenty to do some of this long dog. And I used it, and I'm just so pleased with how it came out. It is such lovely stitching. And then I thought, obviously I'm going to tell you about it, but is it something you can still get? Because I worked in quilt shops like 10 years ago. Is it still around? And I had a look, and it is currently, I'll link the shop below, I saw it, $7. Isn't that amazing? $7 for one spool, and you get 457 meters. Just blew my mind. So I have these colors at the moment that I am going to be using. Sorry. I'm not showing them well, am I? Here we go. That I'm going to be using for my jigsaw pieces. Now, in the pattern, it has 6 colors. So I thought, well, maybe the sulky could work too, although it is thicker. So I will have to test it. And I also found this one, which is stunning, but might have a bit of rayon in it looking at the shine. So I thought I can give it a go. I can see, I mean, if it doesn't, I could order like a green one of these to go with it. They have so many different beautiful colors in these threads. So I was very excited about that. I don't know, it's just when you're like using stash that you'd forgotten about, it just really really makes you happy and enthusiastic. And how good does that color look? Especially if you need a lot of thread to complete something. So you can see part of the purple spot there and a little part of the pink spot there, but I have covered most of it. This block will be full coverage. I'll show you in the mock-up so you can get an idea of how it's going to look. Here we go. So obviously I couldn't get the variegated threads into Pattern Keeper. Oh, sorry. Keep getting our window. But yes, so the light purpley pink colour, that is the block I'm working on now. And I put roughly the other variegated colours, what they'll look like in. So that is the idea. Mine will be on the purple fabric, so it will definitely have a more tone-on-tone look. But I love it. I think it's beautiful. And I really should cut my fabric down. But I am stitching it by hand, so I guess it doesn't matter. So as I was saying before, I have done 1,000... Oh, sorry, I'll put my tablet on my notes. That was helpful. Okay, 1,054 stitches out of the 37,097. So I am at 2.84%, and I started this yesterday. So this just flew. It was just, yeah, so fun and so exciting. You can see the mouse, you can see the dragon. I started going around the variegated thread just to check it would stand out, and I'm happy. I think it will stand out enough. And yeah, I just can't wait to see it take shape. And I think this definitely will be one of the pieces that I take to the retreat that I'm going to, because not only is it all kitted up, which is rare for me, as you see, usually I stitch from a master set, but I have in a bag my quilting threads and my DMC, so it's all ready to go. Also because it's on Aida, and the retreat I go to is at a guest house, so it's not just big tables with lights. It has all different areas. It's really lovely. Like, it's probably too cold to stitch in the verandas, but there's different living areas with couches, and then there's like more dining with tables. There's, yeah, different spaces with varying levels of light. So I thought, well, this Aida will be really good to stitch on. As well as that, I'm going to be filling in this jigsaw block. So that could be good to do when chatting, which I'm sure will happen. But I do hope to get some stitching done when I'm chatting, because like, yeah, days stitching for me is unheard of. I mean, usually there's kids, so, and I stitch at night. So yeah, very excited by this new start. I know it's big, I know I'm meant to be whipping down, but oh my gosh, it has made me so happy. I'm pretty sure it's going to continue to make me so happy, and it's so worth it. And I cannot wait to see Crafty Emily's Year of Long Dog she's doing. I mean, she's starting now. They're so gorgeous, of course. But yeah, Year of Long Dog she's doing next year. So I will link that video below so you can go check it out. So we've done my FFO, we've done my finish, we've done my new start. Let's get to my whips. So what else did I work on? In last week, it was Friday the 13th. So I did work on something spooky. I worked on Black Cat Season by Lindy Stitches. I'll put a picture of it up. And I might also take this one to the retreat because it's on 18 count aida as well. So talking about being hopefully easy to see and not too hard to count. This pattern comes with, well, it's 6 patterns. You can buy them individually or in a bundle altogether, and I am stitching it as a bell pull. So hopefully I've had that picture up there, and this is where I got to. So I started my next pattern. How cool. And I got the text and some of the moon done. So it says Black Cat Singing in the Dead of Night. I love this. And this is 18 count aida, hand dyed by me to get the skinny quarter that's needed for this very long bell pull. Gosh, this looks good. Oh, it makes me excited to work on it again, which is good because it's the large whip that I'm focusing on at the moment. And so that is 1 pattern and the first border. So out of, with 5 more, well, 4.5 more, let's just say, be generous. I have a way to go, but no, this was fun to stitch. It stitched up pretty quick that night, and it fulfilled my need for a spooky project. And my black cat's over there staring at me at the moment. Seems like I've done the wrong thing, but I'm not quite sure what. Anyway, it's probably because he's cold and he's blaming me. So that was, no, I don't have stats for this one because because there were 6 PDFs all in one, I couldn't really get them into anything. So I just printed them out and I'm stitching them from paper, which is fine. It's good to do that sometimes. Okay, my next one, this is very exciting. My daughter just loves this pattern. It is her very high priority mermaid, which she asks me every week, is it finished? And every day, have I worked on it yet? This is her namesake Cordelia. Isn't she beautiful? She is a stunning pattern, and I got her out on Saturday and worked on her and even used my bead tacky for the first time. See my beads there, which actually, it was good. It was really easy to use. It made me not love beading, but like it. I just put a few beads from each packet out, and except for the one that exploded, but this actually caught most of them, so that was quite good, wasn't it? And this is where I'm up to. And actually, I showed you the bead tack and you're like, but you've only just started stitching it. Why are you showing us beading stuff? Well, I know the rule is stitch normal thread, stitch metallic threads, then bead, but the holes were hurting my soul. They had to be filled in, and I stitch in hand, so it's not like I have to worry about a frame. Oops, sorry, just knocking down threads. So here we are. I did quite a bit on her. I definitely did over 600 stitches because I had to do that for the challenge. So I made sure that's how much I did. I'm sorry, I've got some parked threads. Try and get them out of the way. But look at that. I feel like I've added quite a bit. A few strands of hair, quite a few of the beautiful beads. That skin is going to be her shoulder, and then I've got quite a bit more hair to do, and then the face before we get to the top. Where is, here we are. I will put, here we go, this next to it. So yeah, she's coming to life. Putting the beads in made me really happy, and I think that's better for me. I think if I stitched it all and then had to go back and do beads, like my frosted pumpkin stitchy one, I'd be like, yeah, no, it feels finished, it should be finished. This way it will be finished. So once I've done the sections I will also put in the metallic threads and the back stitch when I get to it. So yeah, really pleased. This beautiful, beautiful, stunning fabric is from Colour Cascade Fabrics, who's a Western Australian dyer. It is called Blue Ocean Floor and it's their 28 count Opal Lugana. And I'm hoping you can see that shine because it is so beautiful and just perfect for her. I think just the colourful DMC colours, she looks so good. And this is, yeah, it's 2 strands, so 2 over 2. So yeah, that was exciting. My daughter was really excited. Nice to get it over. I think she was a little bit disappointed I didn't get more done, which is funny because I was pleased with how much I had done, but that's differing expectations, isn't it? So yes, that was another whip I worked on, which I'm hoping to get back out this Saturday. We'll see, maybe it'll be kind of my Saturday. Stitch. All right, and then, okay, so the other whip I worked on is my mini Witchwood Express by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'll put a picture of it up. It is stunning. The artwork is by Lisa Parker. And I got a bit done on this. I did 186 stitches, which doesn't seem much, but I am trying to fill in that part of the train, that panel, which is just there. I'm hoping this is on camera. I'm sorry, I can't see. And I am still in confetti land, so it's going. I mean, there's even like some yellows and oranges. I was really surprised in there. Just one stitch kind of each. And I know because it's a mini, that's why I've got more confetti. But yeah, I did a bit. I will keep getting it out and working on it. And I'm hoping once I get past this confetti bit, there's a bit more block stitching here. So I'm looking forward to that, but I'm not letting myself move on until that is done. So I guess you could say that's my aim for this week with this, to get that little bit done. I know it doesn't seem much, but gosh, it takes some time. Starting and ending new threads and finding the colour. This is stitched on 28 count even weave, 2 over 1 tent stitch. As you can see, I gridded it myself because it was my first one. I thought I could do it on blank fabric. I was wrong. I need a grid. And it's just water soluble pen. But no, I love this one, and my husband, every time he sees it, goes, "Oh, I love that one. It'll be so nice when you've finished it." Yeah, it will be nice, won't it? Part of me wanted to suggest maybe he could stitch some on it, but then part of me said maybe. I don't want to lose it, so maybe I should just hold on to it. But yeah, no, really, really enjoy this one. Okay, so I think that was my stitching for the week. That feels pretty quick, which was good. And I think I did 4 nights on row of dogs. That was, yeah, a lot to finish, all that backstitch. And I have discovered with backstitch, because I usually stitch in hand, cross stitch is fine, keep stitching in hand, but back stitches I need to put in a frame or a Q-snap. It just makes it so much easier. So I have learned something. Every whip teaches you something, doesn't it? Which is good. So let's get to plans. With my general whip down plans, because I finished Row of Dogs, the next whip I have to work on is A Mermaid's Life by Tiny Modernist. I'll put a picture of that up. It's really cute, this one. This is where I am up to. This is on 32 count deep Seaglass linen by Number 12 Stitch Co. And I am at 4,593 stitches out of 6,399, which is 71.78%. Now to finish this, I have 1,806 stitches to do, and wouldn't it be cool if I could finish it and ring the bell at the retreat next week? So I don't know if that's too big, especially when I just want to get back to that new long dog desperately. But that could be a really good motivator, you know. Maybe if I stitched hard, I could get it to a point where I could just take it to the retreat, finish whatever I had, just a little bit that didn't need too much counting, because yeah, 32 count linen. Working out the holes, and then I'd have 6 whips finished this month, which would be an amazing record for me, never to be repeated. So anyway, that's in my plans. I'll definitely get at least some stitching on that. It is super cute, gorgeous design. And let's face it, this mermaid piece is going to be hung up in my daughter's room much, much quicker than the other one. So yeah, this is a good goal. As well as that, I have my retreat coming up. So I will take my long dog, I will take my black cat season. They're both on 18 count aida. The other one I will probably take is my Fantastical Greenhouse by the Tiny Modernist. I'll put a picture of that one up. This is her yearly sale for this year that just finished. All the parts are out. Some amazing stitches have finished it. It looks incredible. Have I finished? Not so much. That's okay. This is it. This is 14 count aida, hand dyed by me using the cord for DMC. It is beautiful. And as you saw from the picture, it has Find Your Happy Place stitched down the bottom. And this is all filled in with that yellow. I think it's 3820 DMC. So I thought, well, that could be good to take to the retreat. It's 14 count aida, easy to see, and just fill in and hopefully not make too many mistakes. You know, I'd start that bit, then maybe I'd do some writing and then keep filling in the yellow. So that was my other thought for retreat stitching, which could be nice. And do I have stats for that one? Oh, I do. So I am at 4,992 stitches out of 15,458. And that is 32.29%. Actually, that's a lot better than I thought it was. I'm pleased with that. But yeah, that is, you know, 15,000 is not 37,000, is it? But yeah, you know what? It's a sizable whip. And yeah, just looks gorgeous. So it'll be good to get some progress on that. Okay, so that is my plans for my stitchy week. I guess now we're up to my Christmas plans, which is very, very exciting. So the centerpiece of my Christmas plans is my Christmas calendar. Let's put a picture of that up. And I started this, well, actually I started in November, like the last week of November, because I had to stitch the frame. So it was ready for the squares. And this is where I got up to last December. Isn't it gorgeous? This beautiful fabric is 32 count Bright Sky. It is an Opal Lugana from Paddock Designs. I'm stitching with the cord for DMC. I just love it. And I got up to 11,248 stitches. Sorry, 11,248, yep, that's right. I had 14,847 stitches, which is 75.76%. Yes. So I worked out 12 days, if I stitch 300 stitches a day, I will have this finished. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. So I'll be doing less than a block a day, which, yeah, that should be easier, theoretically. To get it done. So that is from the 1st of July. I'll put up a video and then get stitching, and hopefully the next day come back and have my first 300 stitches and off we go. And hopefully by mid-July have this beautiful, beautiful piece finished, and that'll be another big whip done, which will be very exciting. And look how nice it is. It's such a lovely Tiny Modernist design. It'll be so beautiful to have up on my wall. I'm excited. My Christmas wall. I'm just so excited to see it this year. So as well as this, because I usually do more than 300 stitches a night, I thought it would be nice to have a Christmas wheel. Well, usually if, you know, everything aligns. You can never tell what's going to happen or go to pieces, can you? So I am going to have a Christmas wheel with my Christmas whips on. So I'll put a quick graphic in of what my wheel will look like. It'll probably look pretty close to last year's. And this is what will be on it. So let's go through. It'll be pretty exciting. And okay, I know this Christmas stitching for the first half of July isn't whipping down as much. It's still progress on my whips though. And if I finish the Christmas calendar, that's really significant. But July is kind of my outlier month because first half Christmas stitching, second half of July, well, my birthday's then. So I'm just going to stitch whatever I want. And really in an ideal world, I probably should have waited for my long dong start for my birthday, but maybe I'll start another one. or something else. I mean, I actually have written a list of all the patterns I want to start. There's over 50 on it. I think I have 40 of the patterns. And it's funny, that long dog wasn't on the list. So you never know what's going to happen. You just magically see something and that's it. Anyway, my Christmas whips. So what I'll have on my wheel. First, I will have Will Find a Way. I actually didn't have this one on my wheel last Christmas because I got it the 25th of December. It was my super special gecko ho 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 surprise present from my husband. Isn't it cute? And I'm actually pretty good for this. I feel like it looks like I'm away. It is on the 18 count Aida, sent. Oh, maybe I should take this one with me to the retreat because that's Aida. And actually, the retreat has a winter Christmas theme, so that would fit in perfectly. Thoughts there. I am up to 4,290 stitches out of 9,541, which is 44.96%. So the top, the star, penguin, all fully done. Just working on the polar bear and then the presents. Which, oh, I love this one. My idea, although I do think how good it would look up on the wall, but anyway, my idea is to, obviously it's a rectangle, but to using patchwork fabric, Christmas themed, make it into a stocking. I just think it'd be so cute. The design really lends itself to that. And I would like it finished this year. So definitely, definitely on my wheel. Okay, what else? So my one kind of big full coverage, not technically Christmas, but Christmas to me. This is Aurora Cottage by Kate Brazier. Isn't it beautiful? I just love the colours. It is available as a Gecko Rouge kit on their website. I got it as one of their Patreon patterns. It was their November Patreon pattern. And this is where I'm up to. I love working on this. I always enjoy it. As you can see, I'm done one page on the next page. This is 25 count Easy Grid Zweigart, and I am stitching it now 2/1 10 stitch using the cord for DMC. So how stunning is that? I am up to 7,405 stitches out of 126,400. That's a bigger number, isn't it? And I am at 5.86%, which actually I'm quite impressed with that, considering it started November last year. For me, that's pretty good. So yeah, I'll be excited to get back to that. I mean, we'll see how many spins. It's funny, usually I find with the wheel, some projects get lots of spins and others don't come up. But oh well, that's the way it is. And I quite enjoy the random nature. You don't know what you're going to work on until the video when I've spun it. Okay, so next I have Cup of Cheer. This is a real cutie. And another penguin. As you can see, I have a... Penguins are beloved in our house. So I'll put a picture of it up. A beautiful design by Shannon Christine. And I started it last year in December. It was a new start. And isn't it cute? This is 28 count Lugana, hand dyed by me. Oh, look at it. I really want to work on that cup. Maybe I have to ring my wheel. Not that you can, it is random. Anyway, I am up to 865 stitches out of 6,603, which is 13.1%. So that's not too good, is it? It needs some love. Needs to be stitched. So it doesn't just say haver. So that is another one. And then I will have, and actually after It's a Mermaid's Life, this is the project that is next on my whip down list. So progress on this would be very helpful. This is All Is Bright by Hands On Design. Put a picture of it up. This was a jingle ball design 2 years ago, so it would be available on the Hands On Design website now. And I made a start last December. Isn't it cute? This is 14 count Aida, hand dyed by me. Well, maybe this should be another retreat contender. I've got too many. Oh, well, at least because I don't stay up there because I live in the mountains, so I can chop and change and see other people's projects and go, oh, I need another new start. So yeah, I wonder how many retreat starts I'll come back with. But anyway, we'll find out. Actually, we'll probably find out 1st of July because I don't think I will get time to film next week. But yes, it will be the next Tuesday. I think it's the 1st of July when I have my first video. So yeah. Anyway, like that one, that's a I stitch. I don't have it in a program. It's a paper pattern, so I don't have stats or anything on that. I think I've estimated about 2,000 stitches to a finish, so quite a bit. And what have I got next? We have, oh, this cutie. So this was the Tiny Modernist class at the Jingle Ball last year. I think she's releasing it to everyone this year in December. And oh, look at it, it was so cute and so clever the way she showed us how to put it together. I did not finish my stitching, I only started it. So I am, here we go. I've just worked on one side, so I have another side. Well, actually, no, I've got 3 other sides, don't I? One the same type as this and 2 that are different design to go. And this beautiful fabric is 28 count salted caramel linen from Number 12 Stitch Co. Isn't it just a gorgeous colour? I've used it for Halloween and now I just think that white looks so good in it too. Really like that one. Really like the colours. They're so pretty and bright. So looking forward to working on that one again. Have I said that about everyone? Maybe. Okay, and oh, a few more. I've quite a few Christmas bits. I didn't realise how many. We'll have to count up at the end. So, "'Tis Near Christmas Day, Another December, Last Year Start" by Teresa Kogut. It says, "When Santa goes riding with gifts in his sleigh, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Christmas Day." Really cute, that one. Now, I have started the text. I left a needle in it. That was good. This is 27 count Linda cloth on Vintage Country Mocha. I was just doing the DMC conversion for the text. So just some black "When Santa Goes" rid. Hopefully in July he goes riding. Okay, I also have, oh, this beautiful, beautiful one. This is Primrose Cottage Stitches. Welcome to the North Pole. Yeah, just love it. Just love it. Now I started it 2 years ago, I think, when it came out after Marketplace, and I'm doing a bit of a conversion. So yeah, a little bit different, a little bit bright and stuff. I mean, I love this one and it would look gorgeous, but at that point in time, I just felt I wanted it to be a bit brighter. So this is 32 count blue Vintage Whisper by Zweigart. It is a pre-printed. Actually, you can see the mottling on it today, which is nice. And this is just using a DMC conversion from me. So if you're interested, you can email me and I can let you know what threads I've used. And I'm on the second part. And a really, really, really kind viewer messaged me because I said I'd estimated the whole pattern was about 15,000 stitches, and she said I was close. It was 14,500 and maybe 21. I should have written it down, sorry, but thank you so much for letting me know. And she said the top piece was about 2,200. So that was quite a bit of stitching there. So yeah, a bit to go, but that's really helpful to know. And yeah, I'm very impressed that she got it in markup XP, she said, from the booklet. So I'm just stitching mine from the booklet at the moment, but yeah, isn't it cute? I really would like to get more of the train done. That is my husband's favorite part, so he'd be very excited. All right, and then, oh, this one has a tiny star. This is the Christmas Celebration Sampler by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And this is the partner to the Halloween one I started in October. So this one I started in December. And look, that's it, one tiny little snowman. And this is also that vintage pink Whisper Zweigart, the 32 count linen. And you can really see the printing on that as well. So this side is, yeah, just plain, and that has the mottling. So isn't he cute? It'd be nice if he got a friend, another snowman next to him. So he wasn't lonely. Okay, so, oh, and this one's just the cord 4 DMC I was using. And then, oh, last one. So the last one on my wheel, you'd think I was doing daily stitching the whole month with all these. Looks like I'm gonna have to do quite a bit of Christmas stitching. It's okay, we've got a while to December. Not as much pressure in July. Hopefully not as busy, we'll find out. Is the beautiful, beautiful Eel Goddess by Tiny Modernist. Isn't she stunning? Now she is on my wheel, but I did wonder if I should leave her off. I mean, I do love working on her. This is 14 count green opal Aida by Paddock Designs. Isn't that beautiful, beautiful? Job Lisa did a beautiful dye with this one. This actually was from the Miss Dye sale, had a big red splodge, and it is covered up by the bunny in the dress. Now, this one actually I want to be my focus piece for December this year, when hopefully I get to do my 25 days of Christmas stitching again and get her finished, because I just love to have her up on my wall. So I did wonder, oh, should I leave her till then or not? Should I get her out? What should I do? Not sure. Not sure, but let me know, should she be part of it or not? She is beautiful and she is fun to work on. And yeah, 14 count Aida again. Maybe she should be a retreat buddy as well. So yes, that is my Christmas whips. How many do I have? 1, 2. Okay, so I have 9 on my wheel, and then Christmas calendar is 10. So if each one's spun, they're going to get at least 1 day's work. And then there's not much left over, is there? We will see. We will see what ends up. There, maybe I should take off Your Goddess and Aurora Cottage, but I really like them, like working on them, and it's my wheel. So I will think about that. I just need more time. If you can find a way to make more time, especially to cross stitch, let me know. Okay, well, that is it from me today. Thank you so much, everyone, for all your support. Let me know, are you going to do Christmas in July? What are you going to be stitching? I'm excited. It's going to be nice to stitch Christmas, not at Christmas, if that makes sense, because December is so busy. I mean, I have a lot of family birthdays then as well, so I always feel like it's super packed in. But I feel like July should be easier. Don't jinx myself. And a lot of fun. So thank you so much, everyone, for all the support. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, the subscribes. I really do appreciate them. Have a fantastic week and a half, I guess. I will see you soon, and take care and happy stitching. Bye.